What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. I sold Lukaku and I sold Willian. I put back into the team Son and Walcott. And the reason why I did that is because after the 10 games that I played, I kind of sat there and thought, you know, Lukaku, he was good and I enjoyed him through the games that I played outside of Foot Champs immensely. But he lacked something. I couldn't put my finger on it, but he lacked something. And I sold Willian not because he was bad by any stretch of the imagination, because I actually think he was phenomenal and I would definitely be interested in purchasing back again during Team of the Year. But I sold him because I had an opportunity to make profit on him right now. Yesterday, his price was like 340 at low bin and now it's 300 at low bin, which is what I sold him for. So I was hoping that I'll be able to buy him back again for like maybe 180, 200, 220, 230 or so during Team of the Year, and basically just make a little bit of a profit on him. But I was really impressed with Willian. I would as I say, I would definitely like him back in the team. I just thought, you know, we're up to 1.6 million now. I could quite easily put Jack Butland back in goal and sell De Gea as well, which would put us up to like 1.7 million. As you can see on the screen here, I invested a lot in 83 and 84 rated cards, so I'm hoping to make about 100 to 150,000 profit on those as well, plus about 80 to 90k back that I invested in them, which would be nice. It'll put us up towards that 2 million coin mark, plus whatever we get for this weekend league coin reward. Whatever I get for rewards, I'm going to store until Saturday at 6 PM when the full Team of the Year is in packs. Now, this weekend league has been tough, man. It's been tough. I know I'm an advocate right now for no scripting, handicap or momentum, but the gameplay this weekend, has been really slow and unresponsive, and that impacts the way I personally play. That doesn't necessarily mean I don't deserve to lose the games I lose or I deserve to win the games I win. I just mean it impacts the way I personally play. You know, I play a very, very tricky, skilled game. The way I use left trigger, right trigger, the way I use shielding, if it's unresponsive by even like a quarter of a second than normal, it makes it really, really difficult to do what I usually do, right? So it can have an impact. But what I also understand is that both myself and my opponent have this gameplay, so it still comes down to skill at the end of the day, in my opinion. The only difference is I'm not used to playing in this kind of unresponsiveness, and it triggers me hard, man. I'm not, you know, there's nothing else to it. It triggers me hard. Last weekend and the weekend before and stuff, I was getting a few wins against people that I shouldn't have got wins against. This weekend, I'm not getting wins against people I shouldn't get wins against. I'm losing games that I deserve to lose, and I've lost a couple of games that I deserve to win. But you'll see after today's 10 games, that'll put us after 20 games. It'll leave us 15 and 5, which isn't bad, because if I double that, it will get me 30 wins for the week, which is brilliant, right? Elite 3, great. 70,000 coins, one 100k pack, one premium team of the week pack. Happy days. What could be wrong with that? Well, here's the problem. If you can get gold 1, which is 25 wins, you get two 100k packs and 50,000 coins. Because it's Team of the Year and you won't be able to get Team of the Year cards in the Team of the Week packs, and because the Team of the Week is going to be garbage because there's no BPL or Major Leagues playing, you're basically going to get shafted in your Team of the Week pack, so you're going to have to hold on to it. So you get two 100k packs, which is great for Team of the Year. You get 50,000 coins. If you get Elite 3, you get one 100k pack, you get 70,000 coins, and you get one premium Team of the Week pack, which, as I said, contains 3 informs. Now you can wait, you can hold that, you can, you know, wait a couple of weeks until the BPL, the BBVA, etc. is back up and running, and then open it and try and get you know, some better players like that. But it's Team of the Year. You want to get as best you can. So you're saying to me, 25 wins is two 100k packs and 50k coins, and 33 wins is one 100k pack, one premium Team of the Week pack, and 100,000 coins. You're literally saying, for what are we looking at? We're looking at 8 wins more. 8 wins more. You're giving out 50,000 coins and essentially a pack that in this current stage of FIFA is worth less than a 100k pack for 8 more wins. EA need to address the price structure of how the elites work. I personally believe gold 1 at 2 100k packs and 50k coins is great. 25 wins isn't impossible. I think I think Elite 3 should stay probably the same, One 100k pack, one elite pack, and 70,000 coins. But I think Elite 2 should be. Elite 2 should be two 100k packs, one Premium Team of the Week pack, and 100,000 coins. And then Elite 1 is 125,000 coins, two 100k packs, and two Premium Team of the Week packs. And the reason why I think that is because, like Elite 3 is 29 wins, which is not even a 75% win rate. Elite 1 is 34 wins. That's huge. You can only lose 6 games the whole time. I don't even know what percent win rate that is, but the difference between a lot of people can get to Elite 3, not necessarily difficult, not easy, don't get me wrong, but it's not the most difficult. You can just have like a good time, one good run on the weekend, and boom, you're going to boost yourself from Gold 1 to Elite 3. But then to get those 5 extra wins, to get to Elite 1, to get the genuine benefits, is difficult. Again, you can finish on 29 wins and you get 70k coins and one Premium Team of the Week pack and one 100k pack. And you can also finish on 33 wins and get 100,000 coins and the same packs. So you're saying for those extra 4 wins, I'm only getting 30,000 coins more. You are paying me only, I say paying me is the wrong term, but essentially you're getting 7.5k coins extra per win, and that is it. That's just not okay. I just think that they've got a lot of the rewards structured wrong. The monthlies, some of the weeklies, the way that it bounces up, I think is a little bit wrong, and I hope they address it, because on a weekend like this, even though I haven't had the best start at 15-5, I would stop at 28 wins this weekend if I didn't have the chance, a really good chance, to still get Elite 1. And because I've already got 5 losses, I would need to win 19 of my final 20 games to get to Elite 1. And that's not impossible. I've gone on 19 win streaks before. I've gone 19-1. In fact, last weekend, I was 19-1 after 20 games. It's not impossible to go 19-1. But because of how heavy the gameplay feels and how I'm losing games that I deserve to lose for a change, whereas usually I manage to grind out some wins, I think I'm in a situation where I will genuinely stop. I can still get Elite for the month, doesn't make a difference. So for me personally, if I get to 25, well, I would always go to 28 wins because I'd want those extra 3 wins. But if I get to 28 wins and I've got like 4 games left, I will stop playing this weekend league. Because I don't want to, I basically just don't want to get any higher than Gold 1 unless I can get Elite 1. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Elite 1 because I've already lost 5 games. So it's tough stuff. TKS says, why don't you buy any Legends? I don't find many Legends to be value for money, to be honest. There's always an alternative player that I would just like to play. One of the biggest things, two main reasons why I don't buy Legends. Number one, you're overspending for players where there is a cheap alternative as a current player in that league, in that nation or whatever. And number two, I like to play with players I actually like or watch or see in real life. I would much rather, if they released a 99 Pele left wing with exactly the same stats as Ronaldo, I would use Ronaldo over it. Or let's say they released a 99 left wing Pele with 99 on every single attribute. I would prefer to use Ronaldo over it just because I like watching Ronaldo in real life. So I don't use a lot of Legends just because I don't want to or care to use them, basically. So with that, that's pretty much why I don't use Legends. And on that note, somebody said there was a comment about me saying that my team's real close to being one of the best teams in FIFA. However, it's like my left back is letting me down. By the way, this team here, the guy that I played there is the manager of an esports team. And he was just a sweaty little bitch. I'm not going to lie. You can see there I carved out a lot more chances than him. I didn't hit the target with many of them. But after he went 2-0 up against me, he played it around the back line, man. And I tweeted him. I was salty tweeting him. And if you ever watch this dude, I apologise for the tweets. It was out of turn, but I was angry. But what I kind of like, my notion in those tweets is a bit true. If this is the kind of FIFA that you played against me, that you're promoting out there to the world, FIFA esports has no opportunity to grow in the esports scene. What do people love in esports? They love seeing action. When you look at League of Legends, people live for the team fights, man. They live for the skill. They live for people outplaying one another. They don't like. it's almost like if you were watching a game of League of Legends and they literally just farmed up and just see who got to the base first. That's kind of what you promote with that kind of gameplay. Now I get this isn't competitive, we're not going head to head on a stage, but when an esports manager of a team promotes that kind of FIFA, it means that that's the kind of FIFA that is in esports and competitive play, right? So when you get competitive player A going up against competitive player B, and it's being live streamed, and it's the final of the FUT Champions World Cup, and you come up and all of a sudden we've got 50, 100, 150,000 people watching this game, and everyone's like, this is going to be the sickest shit I have ever seen. And then competitive player A scores a goal on the 3rd minute and then parks the bus and passes around the defence for the next 87 minutes. And you're thinking, wait, why am I getting hyped about this? What is fun about this? Although it's competitive and everyone wants to win, I get that. And I know it's not your fault for playing that way, and it's not my fault for being angry about it. It's EA's fault for allowing this kind of FIFA to be the successful kind of FIFA. And we talk about it a lot, but I can't personally imagine that FIFA will be a successful esport if anti-FIFA is the most successful way to win games. It's not something that I personally would like to watch. And I know from the people that I know and the things that I do and the way I've been in the social media industry for so long, I know it's not what the fans want to watch. The fans want to watch goal fests. They want to watch really good, skilled, high-octane FIFA. They don't want to watch 1-0, 2-0 bore fests, which is why the FIWC does absolutely garbage. The FIWC last year, or maybe the year before, had like 800 people watching the final. No one cares, man. No one cares. And that was on Twitch. It might have been streamed somewhere else with more viewers or something. But in general, no one cares for that kind of FIFA because it's just dead boring. It's just so boring. But anyway, next comment is from Tom Cash. He says, stop talking about scripting. I'm so bored of it. And he did put those in caps, hence the reason why I shouted it. He says, I love these videos and your content, but it seems to be all you talk about. Unfortunately, right now, Tom Cash, it's relevant to talk about. Interestingly, you wanting me to stop talking about it has in turn made me talk about it. I think it's a really, really important topic to discuss because it means so much to so many people. Whether you believe it or don't believe it, it means something to you. So it's important for me personally. Even just discussing it with you guys and researching it, it has made me learn things that I didn't know previously. Like those websites that I've been talking to you guys about, like how the stats work and things for chem styles and stuff. It has made me a better player simply by talking about it. And that is what my aim is with it. My aim isn't to necessarily convince you that it doesn't exist or convince you that it does exist. As I've said, I believe it's there. It may not be there. It may be there. But me personally, I'd like to believe it's not, and I'd like to try and play my game around improving myself as a player, not just taking a loss and going, well, that one's EA's fault, I'll move on to the next game, because that's not going to help me get better. Interesting, I'm doing worse than I did last weekend, and I feel like I'm a better player, which is odd. But yeah, I think it's important to try and explain to people that even if you feel like you're getting the things against you, there are still ways that you can tune things to be better and do better and get better. And I say this weekend league, like last weekend I was 19-1 after 20 games, and I had probably won 2 or 3 games against opponents that I didn't deserve to beat. This weekend I'm 15-10, and I definitely deserve to lose 3 of those games. So at very best I should be 17-3. However, in the first 10 games in yesterday's video where we went 8-2, at least 2 of those games I got outperformed and I managed to scrape the win. So I could arguably be 13-7 and just be okay with that. It's weird how I do feel like I'm a better player right now than I have been last week or the week before or the week before. Yet I'm losing more games. And again, it comes down to something that I've discussed in a previous video. It is literally the luck of the draw as to when and how you play. You might press X or start or A or whatever on your controller to search for a game now, and you might hit a pro player like I did with the pro player esports coach. I hit him. If I would have just maybe gone to take a leak and then came back and then searched for a game, I might have come up against somebody else who was not as good as me. I would have beaten them, and instead of being 15-10, I could have been 16-4 or 17-3 or 18-2. So it is really it's really a lot of what happens is highly dependent on luck. And this weekend league, I've been unlucky to the point where I have come up against considerably more very difficult opponents compared to usual. Usually after 20 games, I'll sit there and I'll think, damn, I played one or two really tough opponents. There are still some tough games. What a goal from Son, by the way. There are still some tough games, no question about it. But more often than not, I'm like, I'll grind out wins. If I feel like the player's half decent, I'll be able to grind out the win. I come up against some not so good players and I'm able to get wins. And then I'll come up against some really good players and I will either be able to grind out the win or sweat out a win, or I'll narrowly lose. And that for me is an indication that I'm getting better. But in this weekend league, like I say, like normally I'll come up against like one or two in my first 20 games, but this weekend I've come up against like 6 or 7 people where I'm just like, how is this so tough? Even my second game in yesterday's episode, the dude was amazing and I only managed to beat him on penalties, and that could have been another game that I lost. I literally could be sat here like 10-10 or 11-9 or 12-8 instead of 15-5. So although I have lost a couple of games I feel like I should have won, I got to be happy with 15-5, even though it's not where I want to be. 16-4 is the minimum I want to be out by 20 games. So I'm only one game off in that sense, but I think I've already priced myself out of Elite 1, which is a bit sad. Next comment is from John Kennedy. Nep, who do you think is the best goalkeeper in the game? Because I'm a bit hit and miss with keepers. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great day too, dude. I don't necessarily think there is a best goalkeeper in the game. I think because of how broken the shooting mechanics are, on any given day, your 80 rated whoever the hell you've got in goal versus your 92 rated whoever, you know, Manuel Neuer in goal. On any given day, they will both be the most insane and most incredibly horrendous goalkeepers you have ever experienced using. It literally depends on how your opponent shoots. And in fact, I want to find that message. This is the next message from Luke Farlow. He says, "Hi Nep, I've seen people on your Twitter sending you screenshots of them having more shots than their opponents. Personally, I think it's absolutely pointless because I think if you have 25 shots, etc., you shouldn't necessarily be beating your opponent. I've played games where my opponent has 3 times my shots and I still win. This isn't down to him being better and being unlucky. It's down to the fact that I know what shot works and when to shoot. My opponent will just shoot whenever he has a free space. This really winds me up because I understand sometimes the opponent's goalkeeper will just have a great game, but it's also down to the player to adapt to that." And this is exactly what I'm talking about. There are games, there are times where you will take a shot that you will score 8 or 9 times out of 10, and then on this one occasion, it just doesn't go in. The keeper makes a great save, or you hit the post, something goes wrong and you're unlucky. But as Luke Farlow says, there is so many occasions where people just take the wrong shot types. As I said to you guys, the shooting mechanics are broken. Finesse shots from the top of the box are broken across the keeper. Driven outside of the foot shots from the top of the box across the keeper are quite broken. Low drivens are broken, and power shots in the box are broken. So if you come running in at an angle and you just hit it at the far post without finessing it, chances are you're going to miss that shot. So even if you're 6, 8, 10 yards out and you keep taking these stupid shot types, just because you have those shots, okay, you've done a good job to get into those places to score, to take those shots. But if you don't understand how the shooting mechanics work, you're going to have a bad day. And that is why I recommend to people, when I have done quite a lot, if you struggle to score goals, yet you feel like you get a lot of chances, go and play the shooting skill game until you master it. Because you will walk into your next Foot Champs game and you will be deadly in front of goal because of how broken some of the shot mechanics are. Like, all you see me score is low drivens, man. That's all I score. There are times where it's the wrong thing, and that is where, again, what Luke says comes into play. There are times where I take a low driven shot, and the best thing for me to do would have been to cut it across goal. And the reason why I take the low driven shot is because of how high a success rate I have with it. So I'm like, oh damn, this is a space for a low driven. Boom, keeper saves it, and then there's 2 men at the far post, and I'm like, god damn, why didn't I just triple tap? I would have had a tap in. If you can find all areas of the game that are strong and incorporate them into your overall gameplay, you will win more than you lose. And if you're winning more than you're losing, you're going to get at least Gold 3 in Foot Champs. You can build your way up to Gold 2 and Gold 1, maybe Elite, and the world is your oyster. Nurzum Commentarian says, "Yo Nep, is boring James Milner a good..." I don't know why I'm reading it in this accent. I felt like that's how it was. "Is boring James Milner a good sub? I could buy him, but I don't know. Greetings from Germany." I've enjoyed him so far, dude. He's a very good utilitarian, as the word is. You can play him in centre midfield, you can play him at striker, centre back, at full back. You can play him anywhere you want, dude, because he is just a very, very good, well-rounded card. In fact, you see him on the pitch for me right there. I sub him in very many occasions, and I find him to be great. Canucks fan says, Nep, do you think EA will make a team of the season SBCs, and if so, will they be exclusive to SBCs? Yes, and I think yes. Last year we had tournaments to win to earn the certain team of the season players. I think this year instead of tournaments, EA will do SBCs for those cards, which is very nice indeed. Now we are running out of time here, so I'm going to try and get through a few more questions. Legend 27, what a wanker that guy is. Hey, or that girl rather, should I say? Hey Nep, just wondering, have you done Eto SBC? If not, why? Yes, I have. I just don't use him because like this FIFA game doesn't have a meta for his kind of card. And the next comment is, hey Nep, why do you think that 9 times out of 10 you'll come up against BPO or Calcio 18s when the best players are in La Liga? Love the road to glory, by the way. I think it's just because those players fit the meta better, for cheaper. Obviously, I would prefer Ronaldo, Suarez, Messi, Neymar, Bale, etc. But for me, Eden Hazard, Theo Walcott, and Heung-min Son are far, far cheaper and fit the meta that the game is right now. You know, like I said, I didn't really like Lukaku. I didn't not like Lukaku. I just didn't really like Lukaku, you know. And the reason why is because he's not got high enough agility or balance. So even though he had like 99 sprint speed and like 92 acceleration, he felt slow, he felt sluggish. So I ended up putting Eden Hazard or Heung-min Son back up front. They got super high pace, super high agility and balance, super high reactions. Guess what? I score more goals with them. So I think the reason why people go with those sort of teams specifically is because they're super cheap for really, really overpowered and strong players. Next comment is from Deacon Rook says, why is your team called League One Hybrid? I can't remember if I answered this question in the previous video or not. If I didn't, it's because people back out against me all the time and I can't figure out why. So I just called my team name something that isn't going to entice people to back out. Charlie Cox says, Net, what's the most you'll be willing to spend on any team of the year card, no matter who? Do you have a price range? The maximum I'll spend is the maximum amount of coins I can afford to spend. I want one or more of the team of the year cards. As long as they fit my team and don't force me to change too much, I'm more than happy to take hold of some team of the year cards and go forward. There's also a comment saying stop doing a Road to Glory every day. This has turned into a Road to Glory channel now, dude. I think that's pretty obvious. It's been months now, so if you don't like the Road to Glory, unfortunately, this isn't the channel for you. And Charlie says, why don't you use the training cards? I basically can't be bothered to put them on every game. As you guys know, because of bronze pack method and the silver packs and stuff, I have an abundance of training cards that I just don't use. I can't be bothered to put them on the players on a game-to-game basis, so I don't. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.